Hello and welcome back to another episode of Embracing Abundance. I'm your host Payton, and in today's episode we're going to be talking all about sleep, the issue with our current mindset around sleep, why it's important for your overall health and well-being, your circadian rhythm, and so much more. I'm super excited for this one because recently I've just been obsessed with learning more about this, obsessed with trying to optimize my sleep. I just recently got an Oura ring, so I've been tracking all my data. That's like the first thing that I check in the morning. It's probably not the healthiest, but I love it. It's so fascinating for me to learn, so I'm very excited to share this with you today. Let's first preface by talking about the modern sleep crisis that's silently affecting millions of people worldwide. In a society that celebrates the hustle culture, sleep is often viewed as a luxury or an afterthought. This mentality is especially common in more urban settings where the fast-paced lifestyle and constant connectivity encourage longer work hours and shorter rest periods. The National Sleep Foundation recommends anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night for adults, but approximately 1 out of every 3 adults regularly get less than 6 hours. This chronic sleep deprivation has become just a public health epidemic, impacting not only our personal health, but also our professional productivity and societal well-being. This lack of sleep is linked to a host of problems, including impaired cognitive function, decreased alertness, and a higher risk for accidents. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine and the Sleep Research Society have highlighted that sleeping less than 7 hours per night on a regular basis is associated with adverse health outcomes, including weight gain, obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, stroke, and depression. And this issue extends beyond just individual health. It affects our economies and societies at a large. Sleep deprivation is estimated to cost the U.S. economy over $400 billion a year due to the reduced productivity levels, workplace accidents, and healthcare expenses. The problem is made worse by a social narrative that undervalues sleep. Phrases like, "I'll sleep when I'm dead," or "sleep is for the weak," permeate our culture, and that just reinforces the misguided notion that sleep deprivation is a badge of honor. This mindset creates a very vicious cycle. We deprioritize sleep to meet societal expectations, which in turn degrades our health and productivity, creating even more pressure to perform. The repercussions of sleep deprivation extend far beyond just feeling tired. Research published in the Journal of Sleep Research indicates that just 1 week of sleeping fewer than 6 hours a night results in changes to more than 700 genes, including those involved in stress responses and inflammation. So why is this happening? Well, part of the problem lies in our always on the go culture where being busy is glorified and taking time to rest is often seen as laziness or a lack of ambition. This mentality is further amplified by ever blurring lines between work and also personal life, especially in the area of remote work and digital connectivity. Breaking this cycle requires a cultural shift in how we perceive and value sleep. It's about changing the narrative to understand that good sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity for a healthy, productive life. Now let's turn our attention to a crucial aspect of sleep that often gets overlooked, and that's our circadian rhythms. These are essentially 24-hour cycles that are part of our body's internal clock, running in the background to carry out essential functions and processes. One of the most critical functions is the sleep-wake cycle. Circadian rhythms are influenced by external cues like light and temperature. During the day, exposure to light helps keep us alert and regulates our metabolism, mood, and even our immune function. And as night falls, our brain secretes melatonin, a hormone that signals to our body that it's time to wind down and prepare for sleep. This natural cycle is ingrained in our biology and is crucial for maintaining overall health and well-being. Disruptions to our circadian rhythms can have significant impacts. For instance, when we travel across time zones, we experience jet lag because our body's internal clock is out of sync with the new time zone. Similarly, shift workers who work at night and sleep during the day often struggle with sleep problems because their schedules are at odds with their natural circadian rhythms. Also, our modern lifestyle often interferes with these natural rhythms. The blue light emitted by screens from smartphones, tablets, and computers can trick our brains into thinking it's still daylight, suppressing melatonin production and making it harder to fall asleep. This is why it's always recommended to limit screen time before bed as part of a good sleep hygiene. Understanding honoring and respecting our circadian rhythm is essential for good sleep health. It's not just about getting enough hours of sleep, but also about aligning our sleep patterns with our body's natural tendencies. By doing so, we can improve not only our sleep quality, but also our overall physical and mental health. Now let's talk about the concept of sleep debt. So sleep debt is the cumulative effect of not getting enough sleep. A few missed hours here and there may seem trivial, but they can add up quickly, impacting your overall health. Think of it like a financial debt. The more sleep you miss, the larger your sleep debt becomes, and just like financial debt, it can have serious consequences if not addressed. In the short term, accumulating sleep debt can affect mood, judgment, and your ability to learn and retain information. A study from the University of Pennsylvania found that chronic restriction of sleep periods to 4 hours per night resulted in significant cognitive deficits, mood disturbances, and reduced levels of alertness. This suggests that even small nightly reductions in sleep can accumulate and impair daytime function. The long-term effects are even more concerning. Persistent sleep debt has been linked to a host of health problems, including obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and a weakened immune system. A study published in the journal Sleep showed that individuals who slept less than 6 hours per night on a regular basis were at a significantly higher risk for these conditions compared to those who slept 7 hours or more. It's also important to note that you can't bank sleep. Sleeping in on the weekends won't fully repay your sleep debt or offset the negative effects of sleep deprivation during the week. The best approach is to get a consistent amount of sleep each night, and this just helps to keep your sleep debt low and maintain your overall health and well-being. So what can we do about sleep debt? The first step is recognition. Acknowledging that sleep is a vital component of health is crucial. Then it's about making gradual adjustments to your sleep routine to ensure that you do get the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. It might take some time to repay your sleep debt, but the benefits to your health and quality of life are well worth the effort. Now let's explore practical ways to start making sleep a priority in our lives. It's all about taking baby steps towards better sleep habits. Change doesn't happen overnight, but small, consistent changes can make a big difference over time. So first, let's talk about the power of routine. Our bodies thrive on consistency. So going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, including the weekends, can significantly improve your sleep quality. This regularity reinforces your body's sleep-wake cycle and can help you fall asleep and wake up more easily. Next, let's consider the sleep environment. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for sleep. So this means comfortable bedding, a cool room temperature, and minimal light and noise. Blackout curtains, earplugs, or white noise machines can be incredibly helpful if you're sensitive to light and sound. Also consider the comfort of your mattress and your pillows, as these can greatly impact the quality of your sleep too. Finally, let's talk about winding down. In our busy lives, it's crucial to have a wind down routine before bed. Now, this can include reading a book, practicing gentle yoga or meditation, or any other relaxing activity that signals to your body it's time to sleep. Avoiding screens at least an hour before bed is also key, as we mentioned earlier, so that we can avoid that blue light that's emitted from those screens. It's also important to watch what you eat and drink before bedtime. Heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol can disrupt your sleep. So try to finish eating at least a couple hours before bed and limit caffeine and alcohol intake in the evening. Now, these steps might seem small, but they can have a profound impact on your sleep quality and, by extension, your overall health. Now, I touched on the impact of light a little bit, but I want to take this time to explore in more detail about how light can actually impact our sleep. So, light is one of the most important external factors affecting our sleep and our circadian rhythms. The natural cycle of light and dark helps regulate our sleep patterns, but in today's world, we're often exposed to a lot of artificial light at times when our bodies aren't designed to handle it. Natural sunlight has a very powerful effect on our bodies. It helps regulate the production of melatonin, which is that hormone that influences our sleep-wake cycle. And exposure to natural light, especially in the morning, can help synchronize our circadian rhythms to the natural environment. And this is why getting outside in natural light during the day, particularly in the morning, can improve your sleep quality at night. On the flip side, exposure to artificial light, especially that blue light that we've been talking about from screens like our phones, tablets, and computers, can have a detrimental effect on our sleep. This blue light tricks our brains into thinking it's still daytime, suppressing the production of melatonin and making it harder to fall asleep. And this is problematic in the hours leading up to bedtime. So to counteract this, just try to limit your screen time in the evening. And if you must use your devices, consider using the blue light filters or wearing glasses that block the blue light. Creating a bedtime routine that minimizes the exposure to artificial light can also help signal to your body that it's time to wind down. So it's really worth considering the lighting in your home. This is something that me and my husband just made the switch to. In the evening, use dimmer, warmer lights to create a more relaxing environment just to help your body prepare for sleep. We definitely want to avoid the bright overhead lights because that can keep your body in an alert state, making it harder to relax and eventually fall asleep. Now let's unpack the complex relationship between cortisol, often known as our stress hormone, and sleep. Understanding this connection is key to improving both your sleep quality and your overall health. So cortisol is a hormone produced by the adrenal glands, and it's vital for helping us respond to stress. Under normal circumstances, cortisol follows a daily rhythm. It's high in the morning to help us wake up and gradually decreasing throughout the day, reaching its lowest at bedtime. This natural cycle is closely tied to our circadian rhythms and helps regulate many bodily functions, including our sleep-wake cycle. However, when we're stressed, the body's cortisol levels can become imbalanced, and chronic stress can lead to consistently high levels of cortisol, which can disrupt our sleep. High cortisol levels in the evenings can make it difficult to fall asleep and then can lead to a restless night, creating a vicious cycle where poor sleep increases stress, which in turn leads to higher cortisol levels and even more sleep disruption. Not only does it affect sleep quality, but it can also lead to a range of health issues, including anxiety, depression, heart disease, weight gain, and memory and concentration problems. So managing stress and cortisol levels is therefore crucial for good sleep as well as overall health. To help manage your cortisol levels, consider incorporating stress reduction techniques into your daily routine throughout the day. And this can include regular exercise, meditation, deep breathing exercises, or yoga. And also maintaining a healthy diet and avoiding excessive caffeine and sugar can also help you regulate your cortisol levels. Consistency is key when it comes to sleep, and by setting and sticking to a regular sleep schedule, you can significantly improve the quality of your rest. So let's break down what this looks like and why it matters. So a lot of this is kind of summarizing what we already talked about, but establishing a regular sleep schedule means going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on the weekends. And this consistency reinforces your body's sleep-wake cycle, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Research shows that individuals with irregular sleep patterns often experience poorer sleep quality, longer sleep onset, and more sleep disturbances. But how strict does the schedule need to be? Life happens, and sometimes sticking to the exact minute just isn't feasible. The goal is to be as consistent as possible. Generally, try to keep your bedtime and wake up time within the same 1 hour window daily. This level of consistency can help regulate your circadian rhythm and improve your sleep over time. It's not just about when you sleep, but also how you prepare for sleep, so just remember that. So creating that bedtime routine that we talked about earlier can signal to your body that it is time to wind down. And the key is just to find activities that help you relax and make them a regular part of your routine. And again, try and avoid stimulants right before bed. Lastly, I want to touch on how technology can aid us in understanding and improving our sleep. Specifically, we'll look at two popular sleep tracking devices, the Whoop strap and the Oura ring. These devices have gained a lot of attention for their ability to provide detailed insights into our sleep patterns. And also, this is not sponsored. I'm just giving you a breakdown of the two. So the Whoop strap is a wearable device that tracks a range of physiological data 24/7, including your heart rate variability, or your HRV, resting heart rate, and the different sleep stages. It's designed to help athletes and fitness enthusiasts optimize their performance, but it's also incredibly useful for anyone looking to improve their sleep. By tracking these metrics, Whoop can provide a detailed analysis of your sleep quality, including the amount of time spent in each sleep stage, and offer personalized recommendations on how to improve it. The Oura ring, on the other hand, is a discrete ring-shaped wearable that tracks similar metrics. It focuses heavily on sleep and recovery, providing detailed insights into your sleep stages, your latency, disturbances, and overall sleep quality. The Oura ring also measures your body temperature, which can be a really valuable indicator of your sleep quality and overall health. both Whoop and Oura offer a unique feature, which is the readiness score. These scores are calculated based on your sleep data, your activity levels, and your recovery metrics, and they can give you an idea of how prepared your body is for stress or physical activity on any given day. This can be incredibly useful for deciding whether to push hard in your workout or to take it easy and focus on recovery. When using these devices, it's important to look at trends over time rather than getting too caught up in the day-to-day fluctuations. Consistently low readiness scores or poor sleep metrics might indicate a need for more rest or change in your sleep habits. It's also worth noting that while devices like Whoop and Oura can provide valuable insights, they're just one piece of the puzzle. They should complement, not replace, good sleep habits. Consistency in your sleep schedule, a conducive sleep environment, and managing stress are still crucial for optimal sleep health. By tracking and analyzing our sleep patterns, we can make informed decisions to improve our sleep quality, which in turn enhances our overall health and well-being. Thanks so much for tuning into another episode. I hope you enjoyed all the fun information today about our sleep, and I challenge you tonight to start implementing one habit that we talked about today that will improve your sleep quality. Make sure to follow along or subscribe wherever you're listening and leave a review if you enjoyed it, as this really helps us just reach more people. Until next time, bye!